Hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Sorry about that. Just had to get everything ready. What's up?
Not much, just hanging out. I'm a little sick, but I'll be okay.
Uh, you sick in like the I want to kill myself kind of way, or like it's just like a fever?
I think it's more like a cold.
Okay, okay. Basically, I'm like a somewhat, like a not like an avid fan, but I'm a fan enough to the point where I bought Super Killer the other day. Um,
Nice.
And before I start, talking or like you start talking, I kind of want to tell you, from like my point of view from, me and this like lore, if you can call it,
Okay.
between you and Eric July. Let's talk about that real quick. Let's get the elephant out of the room.
Are you like posting this somewhere? Like, do you have a channel?
Yeah, I have a channel. I so far it's called. You okay with that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I so far have 4 videos. You can see in the server there's like 4 other YouTubers there.
Okay.
Yeah, there's even ER, which I don't know how I got it, um, but yeah, this is like a decently normal thing. It's in my really tiny channel called Mark Faraday. And if you can follow me on Twitter, that'd be cool.
Okay.
Um, so I'm just gonna tell you my POV from like this lore. So basically, what like viewing this, was like watching 2 divorced parents fight. Because I used to like Eric July, right? Like I used to be like a fan and shit.
Yeah.
I even bought the fucking thing. ISOM had ISOM number 1.
Yeah.
Uh, and back I got it for my birthday. Or I bought it for my birthday, and I read it, and because I was like a fan of Eric, I was like, no way, this can't be bad, right? Like I was kind of like, wait, this isn't bad. Like, nah, no.
Yeah. You tried to
So
convince yourself you liked it
yeah, so
because you
and
didn't want
also
to have buyer's remorse. You wanted to say, no, I spent my money wisely.
that shit was expensive too. It was
Eric
like
July is a genius, so there's
shit.
no way this is bad.
That shit was like $37, by the way.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
uh,
A lot
I
of money
actually,
for one comic. I mean, my comic is what, 25, and then shipping's probably gonna be $5.
yeah,
But
it
I
cost
mean,
me
the
like,
difference is Eric July is already a millionaire, so he doesn't really need to. I don't know.
yeah,
He spent,
your
yeah,
your
like,
comic your comic was like 27, I say.
yeah. So, yeah, I don't know.
But
It's nice when comics don't cost. Well, yeah, like, what did it end up costing you? Like $45?
yeah, I mean the shipping wasn't like super gay either, but like it was still like
It wasn't. I thought the shipping was the fucking mind killer, man. The shipping was like $12. No.
like I mean for both of y'all like the shipping wasn't the problem, but I mean I still got fucked anyways by Eric, so whatever.
Yeah.
So,
Well, at least you're gonna get a good comic from me.
hope so.
You
Fucking
will,
hope.
man. It's gonna be
Um,
good.
I mean so far, I mean I'm assuming this is more like a comedy. You know what I'm saying? Like a like a more comedic.
I'd compare it. Well, like, have you watched like Invincible?
Yeah,
So, like, that's one thing that's missing from ISOM is like I think comic books just should be kind of funny. Like, the word comic comes
more
from
comedy.
comedy. And I
And
know that, like, obviously it's evolved past that, but like, if you read old Marvel comics, they're funny, man. Spider-Man's a funny character. You
yeah,
know, the Thing
and
arguing with Reed Richards is hilarious. Even
yeah,
you go look at like Superman. The original Superman comics was all him like fighting big apes and Jimmy Olsen getting into trouble.
yeah,
So yeah, I'm gonna say my book. It's maybe a little. No, I mean like yeah, it's kind of like an Invincible where it's like I think the comedy leads to drama. You get attached to characters that you laugh along with.
oh, okay,
That's why
all
when
right.
something happens bad to like a character in a sitcom, you feel way worse because you're like, shit, I like that guy. That guy makes me laugh.
Oh, okay. That sounds like at least it's not like Marvel shit, like like MCU shit. Then it'll be fine. Uh, I mean anything
Yeah,
can kind of
I don't think it's much like the MCU. No,
yeah.
the MCU is very kid friendly. You know.
Not when it wasn't back then. Like Iron Man 1 was fucking dark, at least like for MCU standards.
I get,
Uh,
yeah. I mean, he was a drinker. He was a womanizer.
yeah, exactly.
Uh,
But basically, yeah. So I bought the comic, like Eric July's thing, and yeah, that shit gave me AIDS. I read it, but I was still like, okay, whatever. And then in the summer, that's when I started. Oh yeah, also right now as we speak, my fucking shadow servant, let's just call him Georgie. He is reading because I gave him my copy of ISOM, right?
yeah,
Because I basically told him the whole like the whole like recap of what's
drama.
happening. Yeah,
Yeah.
like what's happening. And I told him I have the comic, and he was like, okay, and I just gave it to him. He read like 20 pages. Wednesday, he wanted to kill himself. And he's currently reading it right now because he knows that I'm in a call with you. So, so I'm just gonna get updates.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get updates periodically.
Well, Eric just needs to like not be a bitch. I don't get it. Like,
and we'll get to that because look what
yeah,
happened. So basically, I started like seeing a lot of clips of this shit. I even saw your call with Adam and Sitch, people I'm also a fan like, and Alex Stein. I love all those people. Like I still do. Eric
Yeah.
is the top here though. And just to be clear, like I am like a massive like fan of like the Flashcast, Nerdrotic, all those people. I like them.
okay.
But even I have to admit that that they're like when it comes like I
That they
usually
love sucking Eric July's dick for some reason and will not stop.
yeah, like I have to like because when I saw when I saw Dick Masterson like basically hijack the fucking Flashcast, and Yellow Flash was like that was the moment I was like, oh no. Yellow Flash no. Flash no. But yeah, like
They just need to like just say Eric's our friend and we support his comic book. But like the fact that they're such fucking cheerleaders for it, where like every second they have to go, "Oh my god, the Rippaverse is the future of comics." You're like, "No, your buddy made a shitty comic." Like, and the
yeah,
fact that
like
you think if you think it's good, you're an idiot and should stop talking about movies and comic books entirely. And if you don't think it's good, stop saying you think it's good because you're lying to your fucking audience.
yeah, like it honestly. But yeah, like I'm a fan of all these people. Like I watch Nerdrotic, I watch Yellow Flag. Like I like them. Just when it comes to like Eric July, I'm like, okay, chill out, chill out, guys, chill out.
Yeah.
Actually, how did you get your hands on Ice? Like how like I'm assuming you got it all over your Twitter feed, given how it's like the Rippaverse.
Like, how did I see it?
Yeah, like how did that start?
Yeah, I just keep up on like who's making comics, especially when other YouTube guys are making comics. So any YouTube people making comics, it's on my radar.
So I assume you also like keep tabs on like Ethan Skyver or some shit or like shit like people like him.
I follow that stuff, and I know guys in that realm. So yeah, I'm just I see people tweeting and whatever.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so basically during the summer, that's all like like at least 10% of my summer was just dedicated to tracking obscure YouTube drama. So that's pretty cool. And I was initially like, I was still like Team Eric regardless, because I will say I just like like a little bit of criticism. Like you two are pretty vindictive. It's kind of funny. Don't get me wrong, it's pretty funny, but it's
What,
like
Eric's vindictive or I'm vindictive?
you and Dick, you two are pretty.
Dick?
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Don't get me wrong, but still like.
Well, I mean, like we only ever he always says I'm the responding party, and I'm like, hey man, like all we did was make fun of your comic, and then you made fun of us, so we responded to that. Like he seems to think like I'm not coming at them, they're coming at me, and I'm like, yeah, but you are coming at us. You came at us when you made this big stupid video claiming that we like contacted some fucking ministry or whatever.
Yeah. I don't
That
really
was
know.
stupid.
Yeah, like every time I tell people like this lore, like I always like really unclear on what happened with it. Well, now that I have you, now that I have the actual
Yeah.
like, okay, like you mind explaining what all that was about?
Basically, what do you call it? Somebody, so he made his comic and it's called ISOM, ISOM,
Yeah.
which I guess is named after his grandfather. He finally told everybody because everyone's like, that's a weird fucking name for a guy. But there's a church ministry called the International School of Ministry, which is also ISOM.
Mhm.
And they're like, hey, we own the rights to the name ISOM. You can't use it unless you talk to us and we figure out an arrangement. And Eric tries to say that the reason they're suing him is because me and Dick secretly sent them emails saying they should sue him or something. And the only evidence he has of that is like some idiot sent a letter claiming to be part of my podcast. And they're like, yeah, I work for the Biggest Problem in the Universe podcast. And it was just this big confusing thing or whatever. And I'm like, look, man, it sucks that you're getting sued. And it also sucks if it's because of that email or whatever. But let's be clear. Why would I send an email doing sneaky, trying to get you? First of all, it would not even occur to me that, like, hey, maybe I can get Eric July sued for his trademark. Like, I've never had that thought in my head, and I don't think anyone ever has. And second of all, even if I did have that thought, why would I send an email saying that I work for my own podcast? Like, wouldn't I just not? If I wanted to do something sneaky, wouldn't I actually be sneaky instead of like signing my name to a secret email? I'm like, no, I think it was some troll who was fucking around with us, fucking around with Eric. And
Yeah.
even that, I mean, people are like, you got to realize, like, dude, they're not going to launch a trademark lawsuit based on one stupid email they got. Like, they're like, no, you're using our name. We don't like it. Like, it was bound to happen eventually, I guess, or at least that's what lawyers have said. So, I don't
Which
know, man. And then Eric thinks that I did it, which is just incorrect.
nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, okay. Thanks for that. He seems really he seems like a paranoid android, if you ask me.
Well, like, he could just, man, if he had just reached out privately and said, hey, I think a fan of your show did this, like, can you tell fans of your show not to do this or something? I've been like, yeah, man, that's cool. I get it. Like, I don't want you to get sued. But instead, he
Okay.
made a big video saying Vito's sending secret emails, and he got like
Yeah,
hundreds of thousands of views. And I'm like,
he
okay,
was just
well,
he was just automatically like, yeah, guys, Vito is gonna
guys,
kill me.
Vito did it. Yeah, he's not a smart guy. I have to say, like,
Yeah, like
first of all, if you thought I did it, you should be out there like collecting evidence that I did it, right? Instead of just like making a
Vito,
video about it.
yeah, Vito
Which
said,
ended up just blowing up in his face because then fucking Nick Ricada is like, well, what proof do you have that they did it? And he's like, well, I don't have proof that they did it. It's like, okay, well, then you're an idiot. You can't just say that shit.
yeah, Jesus, Scott, Eric, Eric, you used to be cool, man, but now you changed. um, but anyways, so yeah, I was like keeping track of all that. I even started watching like some Nick Ricada shit. Also, man, Nick Ricada is such a depressing ass guy. I'm sorry.
Wait, he's depressing?
Yeah, he's just like depressing to watch. I'm sorry.
I don't know, man. He seems pretty happy. He's got a family. He's making plenty of money. I'd be happy
Yeah,
to be Nick Ricada.
yeah, maybe. I don't know. He just seems like an alky. I don't know though.
Hey, man, alcohol. I think, I don't know, man. I know a lot of guys are alcoholics, and it's like, yeah, well, hey, life sucks. If alcohol makes it better, then drink it up.
Jesus.
Go nuts.
Yeah, I mean, Nick, I knew Nick Ricada. Like, I started watching him when he was, covering the whole Amber Heard Johnny Depp thing.
Yeah.
And also I was familiar with some other like drama he was involved with some fucker named Just Some Guy. You know that guy, I think.
Yeah, I don't know what drama they had, but I'm aware of it.
Yeah. All you need to know is that Just Some Guy looked very suspicious. Like he just kind of devolved into some weird leftism. I don't know. So basically, yeah, no, I was watching a lot of that. Nick Ricada talking to Eric and talking to Dick Masterson. And yeah, so and also a couple new parties got involved, like Joshua Moon of the Kiwi Farms and Alex Stein, aka Sam Hyde's best friend.
Prime
And
time, Alex Stein 99.
yeah, Alex Stein 99, aka Sam Hyde's one of Sam Hyde's disciples. And yeah,
Is that true? I don't know if you're making a joke. Is he friends with Sam Hyde?
I mean, I assume so. So Alex Stein appeared on Fish Tank.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah. What do you
yeah,
call it? Yeah, I knew Alex Stein back when he was just doing stand up in LA, so I've known that guy for like 10 years.
yeah. I started hearing about him when he did that fucking AOC video.
Yeah.
And also when he was also when he was fucking yelling in front of the fucking in front of like the Congress or like the small Congress about like abortion.
Yeah, he doesn't care, man. He puts himself out there.
Yeah, he's fun. I love Alex Stein. But yeah, so a couple new parties came in. Apparently, I found this video from that apparently was in the Anthony Cumia show, which like of all people, why him? Some girl that I know y'all took a picture with her, Chrissy Meyer, was like
Yeah.
taking over the Anthony Cumia show. She was like recapping all that.
Yeah. When Kumia's like out of town, he lets Chrissy run the show, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't know Chrissy Meyer was that involved with all that. That's pretty interesting. Um,
Yeah, well,
so
she's like a real comedian. She does
uh,
like
she's a,
stand up.
she seems to be like neutral as fuck though, because I know she's friends with like a lot of the like Flashcast or Nerdotic people. So no, she just kind
Yeah, I
of does.
think she's friends with them, but she knows that me and Dick are funnier and smarter. So she's
uh,
like, well, I like the clout that I get from hanging out with these guys.
I mean,
People go on the Flashcast because they're like, hey man, yeah, I mean, I want some of that money. At the
yeah,
end of the day,
yeah, it really hurts to say this because like I said, I do watch like a lot of these people, but yeah,
stop watching their shit.
uh,
They're not good at what they do.
I'll probably stop watching the Yellow Flash people.
Are you watching Yellow Flash for what? What does he say that is like?
I if it makes you feel better, I like gradually just like less and less.
I just want you to live a better life, and I guarantee you will live a better life without this guy, this low IQ guy, who all he can say is, "Oh man, this thing's woke. Oh man, this thing's woke. Oh man, this thing's woke." And it's like, okay, I guess, but like, there's other shit to talk about, and also more interesting shit to talk about.
Yeah, yeah, like I don't really watch the Yellow Flash people that much anymore. I still watch Nerdotic though, because Nerdotic is like a Yellow Flash, but like with like effort.
Nerdrotic is like a little bit of effort. I
Yeah, he's
almost
like
understand watching Nerdrotic.
yeah, like Nerdotic is like Yellow Flash, but like for real. Like
I never
like,
see him make like a truly moronic take. You
yeah,
know?
he's and but like when it comes to like Eric July, like I said, like damn, okay. Um, but basically it was just that, right? I just kept seeing Joshua Moon, Chrissy Meyer, and Rick Hader just talk about all that. So I thought things were going well, like from my end. But then one day I checked my Twitter. Also, the way this happened was funny as fuck because I was talking to a pal of mine,
Yeah.
some girl about like wasn't it fucking this lore, right? Because she also wants to do a comic, and I basically told her, "Hey, here's some cool internet drama, so you can know not what to do." Uh,
Yeah.
because internet, because I have a strange talent of using internet stories as like life lessons.
Right.
And so yeah, I told her that. And at the time, I was still like, I don't know what side should I be on. Like, but then I checked the next day. Like, I go on Twitter the next day, and what I found was remarkable. Apparently, Eric fucking blocked me.
Eric blocked you. Did you even say anything to him or?
Oh, I didn't. I didn't say anything. You can check my account. Like, I didn't fucking say anything. Um, I didn't say, like the okay. I think I know I made a joke. I said I know I made a joke. I made a tweet that was basically just Eric July versus Dick Masterson. But the way I said their names was like really retarded. I said like something
Yeah.
like Scott Summers versus Cock Sensei. Get it, Dick? But that's all I said. I don't know if that's good. I don't know if that's bad enough.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I got fucking blocked from by Eric July. Like this, I don't know what happened. Either if it was automated, then like gay. But if he went out of himself, like if he just went swimming from my account, then okay, fuck you then.
Yeah.
So yeah, he just dead ass blocks me my shit. Um, And I made a Twitter post about that. I at Dick Masterson. I said perhaps I treated you too harshly. So I actually tried talking to Dick Masterson too. I hope he responds. I mean, he knows I exist because he has responded. But when I ask him like, "Hey, you want to talk?" he just dies.
He doesn't do any. Yeah, he doesn't go on any shows or anything.
Yeah. Oh, okay, that explains why he like dies when I try to like talk to him. I guess.
Yeah.
Oh well.
He's a busy
So
guy.
yeah. But yeah, Eric July just fucking blocked me. So at that moment, I was like, okay, now I think I gotta now I gotta switch allegiance here. Like,
Yeah.
so then I just started like kind of researching more about Super Killer and shit, and I was like, okay, you know what? Yeah, let's buy this and see if this is better.
Nice,
Um,
dude. Well, I
um,
can tell you, I think it's gonna be better. I'm excited for it.
yeah. So it's 52 pages for if I read correctly.
It's gonna end
So
up probably being more than that. It's gonna be at least 56, maybe 57. So
so
everybody's
so
getting a little more value.
I hope so. Hope so. I mean, the premise seems, pretty goofy. And I like goofy shit. That's what I try to do with my writing. I'm actually, yeah, I'm a writer. If you check my account, you can see that I actually published a book. We don't talk about that first book though. That book sucks.
Yeah, I
But
get that.
so yeah, I'm currently speed running this second book. So I could like so
Well, that's
um
cool, man. That's good. It's hard to write
yeah
a whole book.
yeah. So yeah, I'd say I'm like a okay, like I at least I think I'd consider like an okay writer. So the second book is gonna get published rather soon. I say like in about 2 months, like max. So yeah, like I
Nice.
said, you can if you want, you can follow my shit, so you can like see progress on that.
Okay.
Um, and but yeah, how did you? So how did Super Killer come about? Like, what's up with that?
Well, I knew I wanted to do a comic, I guess, and I don't remember exactly what I remember wanting to do a comic, and then I've had this idea for a long time. This is actually an idea I came up with like in high school.
Okay.
And I was like, hey, shit, I have money now. I could like pay a guy to draw the comic, because I've been trying to make all sorts of stuff. Like I've been trying to make like cartoons, and I've been trying to make. I wrote a book as well, and all sorts of scripts, TV shows. And for some reason, I was always like, yeah, I wish I could do a comic, but I can't draw. And for some reason, I'm just like a big dumb idiot. I'm like, it's like you can pay people to draw it for you, and I'm like, oh shit, you're right. So I guess I had that revelation. I'm like, well, then there's nothing stopping me. And then luckily I found a really good artist. It's hard to find a really good artist, but this guy's great.
What's his
And
name?
yeah, we just started putting it together, man. It's just one step at a time.
What's his name?
His name is Keter LeBeau. He is a Mexican gentleman,
Oh, okay.
and he lives in Mexico.
Uh,
We've never actually met in person, which is bizarre. I hope at some point I can get him to come to America, hang out for a couple days.
maybe I could like use him for something. I'll
No, no, absolutely not. He's
damn
my
it.
guy.
Dang. Okay. Uh,
Stop it. Maybe I could use him. What are you talking? No.
fine.
If you
Okay.
try, I'll fucking kill you. He belongs to me.
Just okay. Just no ambiguity. Just no ambiguity. Just gonna kill.
He's mine. I will murder you. I need this guy.
Damn.
I
Okay. We
can't let
got
him
that.
work on other people's projects. Can't do it.
We got that. We
Uh,
got desperate there real quick. Just fucking. Just I need this guy. So,
I mean, there's only so much art an artist can do, man.
yeah, because I got a
I mean,
couple.
I want to put him on a full-time salary. I wish I could pay this guy 80 grand a year to just draw comics. Obviously, I don't have that kind of money. Uh,
Is he a known guy? Like a decently known, or is he like
Not
some?
necessarily. No, I think he's like kind of. I don't even know how to explain it.
Oh,
He's
he's
he's like really talented. I'm surprised he isn't like more well known. I guess
maybe he's more well known in like the Mexican comic scene.
maybe.
Yeah, like it'd be like that sometimes. Um, so yeah, so Super Killer, you've had it for like a little bit, it seemed. So no, actually, well, you said you wrote a book. What's that? What's that book about?
A book's about two teenagers who become domestic terrorists to stop the president from starting World War III.
Okay, so you love your this going to the fucking extreme. It's like wow, that just escalated to all fuck.
I mean, they don't like kill a bunch of people. They just kind of blow up buildings and monuments and stuff. They're like cool terrorists.
Yeah, yeah, okay, then that's acceptable. Then they're the cool terrorists.
Yeah,
Uh,
they're the good kind of terrorists.
yeah.
Terror is about scaring people, you know. It doesn't have to be about killing people.
But yeah, like so that's kind of the POV of what's going on with fucking. I actually tried and I will say this though, like to give more credit. At least I got at least you were nice enough to give some fucking random nobody like me a chance to talk. Same with Dick Masters, and like at least he responded. At least I didn't get blocked. Like at least I didn't get fucking blocked.
What did you reach out to Eric? Eric's too busy. I get it.
Yeah,
Eric, I don't.
Yeah, I get it. But
Well,
like,
I don't. What I don't get though, I don't know, man. Eric's like weird. He says shit where it's like you don't even need to say that. Like when he put out like a tweet where he's like, "Listen, I'm not here to help any of you guys promote your comic books, and I don't have time for that shit." And blah blah blah. And I'm like, "All right, man, that's fine, but like you don't have to say like I ain't got time for any of you motherfuckers. You can just make your own thing and do that."
he's busy. Like I get, but like, one issue a fucking year. Like, goddamn, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
you're not. Well, that's the other thing is like, so he's like throwing shade at me, which I think is crazy. And he's like, "Oh, my comic books are coming out faster than this fat guy's comic books." And I'm like, Eric, you have $4 million.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
if I had $4 million, yeah, I could pay like 10 artists to like work on the book at the same time or whatever you're doing.
The
It's
fact,
me and one Mexican.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
we're doing what we can.
yeah. You're just some bum. Like you're just some fucking bum.
Yeah,
And
dude, it's actually wild that I'm like, if you want to compare our comic books, let's compare the stories. Don't compare the amount of money you're able to sink into like throwing shit out the door.
that's also something. Even Mark Miller, like he got into this shit. I saw that Mark Miller tweet. I also saw the responses that you and Dick fucking made.
Yeah, honestly, if Mark Miller said that about my comic book, I would kill myself. That was the most embarrassing thing. When a guy goes, "Wow, for your first try, really great." You're like, "Oh, that means you don't actually like it."
Yeah.
What a great first effort. It's like, oh shit, this is the worst thing you could have said. It would have actually been better if you said nothing at all.
Yeah, and listen, I know Mark, and I get it. Mark Miller's like the sex, right? But like, come on.
He's like an actual artist, unlike Eric, who is a charlatan playing at it.
Yeah, and also like I actually because I did have the comic at one point until I gave it to my weird shadow person.
Yeah.
The art, right? The more I look at the art, I'm just like, I'm not
The
feeling
ISOM art, it's
Yeah,
like
I'm not feeling
it's
it. You know?
simple.
Yes, I'm not really.
Well, the more
And
I think about it, here's the deal: is like I looked at the ISOM art and I went, "Hey, yeah, this is like fine." But then I thought about it and I went, "Yeah, but like it's like a low tier level of art. It's not like exciting or splashy in any way." And I'm like, if you have all this money, again, he raised like on his first campaign $4 million. I don't know. I guess you want to keep it consistent with the same artist, but I would find some way to like zazz it up a little bit. It's like, and then some of the other art he gets for like his campaigns and shit looks like fucking dog shit. Like the guy who does his character designs is just like a buddy of his. All his characters look like terrible.
it's not okay, not like terrible, but they look fucking basic. Like,
Bro, have you seen that Alpha Core guy with the helmet?
Looks like a bicycle. Looks like Playboy Cardi's fucking motorbike helmet.
It's just a black guy with a motorcycle helmet and a jacket. I'm like, it's not even. They don't even have like an Alpha Core logo on their uniform or something. You know, like the Green Lantern. He has his own emblem, so you know it's the Green Lantern.
I know. It's like the thing coming out, right? Alpha Core 1.
Alpha Core is coming, baby.
Yeah.
It's his new comic.
I haven't read issue 2 yet, which in retrospect I probably should have went to that Twitter.
Issue 2 of ISOM? Yeah, well, somebody bootlegged it.
Yeah, and
You-
in retrospect, you see, back in the day when I was seeing this, I was like, "Damn, that guy's fucking gay." But now that now that Eric Eric himself fucked me over, I'm like, "Yeah, fuck Eric." So let's just in retrospect, I probably should have fucking went to that Twitter guy. Where are you now, man? I
oh,
need
you
you.
wanted to support him? You didn't want to bootleg it? You're like, no, I can't do that.
Yeah, because like bootlegging is just like kind of like okay, because like bootlegging comics is like that's kind of gay. Like pirating a TV show is one thing, but like comics, like come on, like just come on. Like,
Yeah, but when the comic costs like $40, see that's the other thing is like with Super Killer, I'll tell you right now, and you can take your money back if you want. Like I'm just gonna make the digital version like free. It's like the comic is like a collectible. Like you get to own it, and it's something you can hold on to, and hopefully it goes up in value. You can sell it someday.
I
But
think when I got the comic, I also got like cards.
yeah, you're gonna get the trading cards from me. Like that's the
Yeah.
other thing. Eric makes $4 million, and it's like, oh, it's crowdfunding. One of the cool things about crowdfunding is you can like give all the backers like free shit because you reached a certain level. You know, if you reach $4 million, maybe give them a little pin, give them some buttons, give them some stickers. Eric's stretch goals are all like, hey, we raised $4 million. I'm gonna buy myself a van, and you're like, what? He's like, yeah, I'm gonna buy a new
Uh,
van for my company. And you're like, well, what the fuck do I get as your customer? He's like, oh, you guys get shit. I don't give a shit about you at all.
yeah.
So.
So and I know for a fact Eric does have trading cards too. But like,
Yeah, they're $100.
what the fuck?
You didn't know Eric July's trading cards are $100? That man rips everybody off at every point.
What does that even
He,
mean? Like the cards themselves are $100.
he charged $100 to buy his trading cards. That was the price.
Why are they? Do they? Can they cure cancer, bro?
No, he's just a fucking greedy asshole who like constantly overcharges for everything he does. It's fucking weird, and I don't know why his audience is like, "Oh my god, this millionaire, I need to give him more money." You know?
Jeez.
He doesn't need any more. Like, just buy they buy like one copy of every comic. They buy the graded comic. They buy the T-shirt. They buy the. Look, I get it. You can do that. At a certain point, though, how many fucking ISOM T-shirts do you need?
Yeah. Like
That-
okay. Also, my ass was so slow in buying the process for and like getting and like in the buying process for ISOM. I had
yeah,
to get cover C. I was like, and,
yeah. Which was $5 if you got it when it was on sale.
wait, what the
I don't know
fuck?
if you saw. Yeah, you got ripped off, man. You bought ISOM 1 cover C. He
Damn, bro.
printed so many of those because he doesn't know how to run a business. He printed an extra 50,000 that are just sitting around and will never sell. So at one point he had a sale. It was $5 for ISOM cover C, which you paid what, $30 for? 35?
I paid 37.
Yeah, that was a five. He sold that for $5 because it's a comic book and it doesn't cost him that much to print it. Uh, whatever. So yeah, hey, look, Eric's very good at convincing people to give him money. He's not good at writing comics. And you can say, wow, it's really incredible how he convinces people to give him money. But I don't know, I guess that just doesn't excite me, you know? It excites
Uh,
a lot of other people. It excites the people who want to invest in Eric and they want a piece of the pie. And that's why all his friends are jerking him off, is because they're like, shit, Eric made $1 million just by saying like Marvel is woke and my comic isn't. Maybe I could do that. I think Nerdrotic's making a comic. Everybody's gonna make a comic now,
yeah.
which is
I mean, I actually have more trust in Nerdrotic because here's something that I noticed. So there's this debate between Organized Chaos and Eric, and don't get me wrong, I fucking hate Organized Chaos. He's a fag. But like, but like, there was one thing. There was one moment that I'll give Organized Chaos some credit for.
yeah.
Uh, so basically, Organized Chaos asked Eric like okay, to be fair, this wasn't even that good for him either. But Eric, when Organized Chaos kept saying, "Do you know what Amazing Fantasy is? Number 1 or whatever." That was like Spider-Man's first issue, if I remember correctly. And Eric
That
just
is
kept
correct.
and Eric just kept fucking ducking the question. Was okay? I get why, because like maybe because like it is just
I don't.
organized.
Well, I mean, I get why because you didn't know the answer. Like, how are you a Spider-Man fan if you don't know the name of the most famous Spider-Man comic of all time?
Yeah, like, he kept ducking it. I mean, another reason why he was probably ducking it is because like organized chaos is just fucking shit. But like, I mean, but like it's still like at least Eric could have answered the question. Like at least.
Well, he didn't know the answer to the question because he's not really like. Let's be real. Eric did not start in comics. Eric's passion was making music and fucking libertarian bullshit. And they started a little channel where he realized, oh, it's like way more popular if I just talk about fucking comic books and shit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't deny that he probably read comic books, but he's probably read as many Western comic books as I have, you know? Like, I never
Yeah.
read a bunch of Marvel and DC shit. I didn't get too deep into it. I was always more into manga and that
Yeah.
sort of thing. Uh, so, and I think, you know, again, he's like a fucking, he's a tourist, man. Like, that's the thing is, like, all these other guys who are working on comics and shit, it's like you can tell they have a real fucking passion for what they're doing. And I'm like, if Eric's passionate about ice, I've never heard Eric talk about ISOM in any manner other than I look at all the money I'm making off ISOM. Look at how well
Yeah.
I'm running this business. Look at my
Yeah.
warehouse full of ISOM. And I'm like,
Yeah. And
why
also
don't you
like
talk
Eric.
about why you love this character that you created?
Yeah, like Eric doesn't really. Yeah, he doesn't ever talks about the story. Like as much as J.K. Rowling is like cock. At least she like always talks about like the story, even if it's like in shitty ways. Like she always talk about like, yo, like look at this, or
Eric
like
has never made a video. He's made like 100 videos about how to run a business, which first of all, he's not good at running a business. He's never made a single video about how to write a decent story because he doesn't know how to do it. And any
yeah,
advice he gives would be bad.
or he's not, or he doesn't really give like storytelling advice. He doesn't make videos on like the story of like the world of ISOM, even if it's like summaries or like like little vignettes about like in the like or like some bullshit like in the year 1888, the super like some shit like that.
Let's put it
Um,
this way. When I get on a stream and someone asks me about my comic and they're like, well, what's it about? I can't shut the fuck up. Like, it becomes embarrassing at a certain point where I'm like, oh man, there's this guy and there's this thing and I was inspired by this. This is my favorite thing. If you ask Eric what inspired him to make ISOM, he goes, I just saw how woke the Marvel and DC was. And I said, I don't want no more woke fucking comic books.
and
And you're like, okay, but like, what inspired you to make this specific story? Fucking all this gay comic shit made me inspired. And you're like, no, that's not what I'm talking about, motherfucker. Like, tell me why it's about a guy in Texas and we don't know his powers and he's got a cross on his, like, what is it? And he doesn't have an answer. I don't like, this man has no passion. It's bizarre.
and I'm not gonna say that like he's wrong about like there is like just gay shit happening on the companies. Like that's just true. But a good
Gay
YouTube
shit
channel.
has always been going on in the, okay, dude, go to like the 70s and read a Marvel comic and you're gonna see fucking Green Lantern and fighting about with Black Panther about civil rights and whatever else. It's like, I don't know, man, comics talks about that shit.
I mean, there's like gay stuff, and there's like gay italics.
Yeah, but like this gay stuff that gets focused on, let's be real, how many comics get put out every year? Like, more than like 1,000 from Marvel. How many comics do they put out in a year?
I mean,
They probably have 100 ongoing series with 12 fucking issues each a year if they're going monthly. So that's over 1,000 comic books they put out every year. And the only one you ever hear about is they go, "Oh, did you see?" They always bring up that one comic where they're like, "Did you see this comic?" And it's got Safe Space and Snowflake and whatever else. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, which I mean, granted, that gave
They're still okay. They're still complaining about that comic. They bring it up every time to be like, "Look what's wrong with comics." That comic never came out.
because it was that
It
bad.
didn't
Yeah,
even. No, we don't know why it didn't come out. You say it's because it was so bad. You don't know.
I mean, one could tell. Like, look at it. Come on,
No, that's retarded. I absolutely disagree. How do you know it's bad?
dog. You're really gonna take a comic about fucking like safe space? No, but like, come on. And also,
Yeah, that could be really funny.
I mean, yeah, but I don't think the like the creator of the comic, like you've seen that video. I don't I don't really trust his ability either. I've seen what
I
he's written.
absolutely trust his ability. I thought it was a really funny premise. He seems like a
I,
smart guy.
I mean, I've seen what he's written, and
What else has he written?
well, let me like make sure. I know he wrote Santa, which that could also be a comedy. I don't know, but he wrote a couple Black Panther comics too. Yeah, he just doesn't seem like anybody.
Gay Santa also sounds funny.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
hold on. The name, the guy.
Let me
I'm gonna try and find the name of this guy.
2018, 2019. When did that come out? 2019. Comic.
Emmy-nominated writer Daniel Kibblesmith, who writes for The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. So he's a comedian, comedy writer.
I mean, Stephen Colbert.
Stephen Colbert is still funny. It's still comedy.
Yeah,
for
but
Clickhole. Okay, so he was gonna make a funny comic.
Let me see his.
He wrote some Spider-Man, some Black Panther, and Legend. He wrote some Loki. I think they just didn't, publish it because they knew he would get a bunch of shit. But I don't know if it was going to be funny or not. I didn't get to read it.
I mean, if his utter shit is funny, then like, okay, fine. But
or it's just funny. Like, what? How do you not see that as a funny premise? Having a comic book character's named Snowflake and Safe Space, like he's making fun of those terms.
Right, he's making fun of. I don't know, I mean, you can kind of look at books.
Okay, the point is, everyone is assuming that the thing wrong with comics is a comic book they never read. The comic book industry is broken because this guy tried to make 2 comic characters in a comic book that didn't even come out. What else is gay in comics right now? Because Superman's kid's gay. Like, I could say, all right, I get that that's kind of weird, but I don't know, man. There's just so many comics getting made that you can just kind of. Here's the other thing you have to realize: there's a lot of like gay kids, or like kids who are just like young people are just into this gender shit. They buy it. Like the young adult books sell.
Send help. Send help.
So Marvel if Marvel wants young readers, they're like, well, if the young kids are just reading like gay romance novels and shit, like, what are we gonna do? That's what they want. That's the new fucking Archie. Archie back in the day was.
Now I know what to do for my future books. Yeah, now I know what to do.
Yeah, well, have a trans character and you can sell it.
You see, guys. I'm diverse. I'm cool. No, I'm kidding. But I will say though. But yeah,
point is like saying like all the problem with the comics is that it's gay. Like there's way more problems with comics than the things Eric's identifying. And the problem is that Eric can't write. So the only thing he can do is like these very superficial, like you saw there was an Elseworlds comic he made fun of because Catwoman was fat or whatever. He's like, oh, see, they're ruining Catwoman.
What's that? It's fucking Elseworlds. Them fuckers are gay anyways.
Yeah, it's Elseworlds. It's supposed to be fucking like a different world. That's what's interesting about it. There
was this one thing that this YouTuber named S.A. Rivera or Literature Devil said, and he actually made an actual review. Like he actually did something that the Flash cast people did.
I've talked to that guy.
He actually deadass gave a review, and although his review was positive, like for the most part, like at least he reviewed the fucking damn thing. So like, I'll give him props for that. And he did say one thing that, like, it is very true. He said that while Eric did promise that, like, the comic got purged of wokeness, and S.A. Rivera's like a righty, like, or he seemed like one, but the comic got purged of like the wokeness or shit. Eric tried so hard on doing that it kind of like any other kind of meaning got removed and shit. Like, so it just feels kind of empty. And yeah, that is.
Well, you have to have some. Yeah, like if I'm reading a story, I want something.
Yeah, and S.A. Rivera, like he nailed it. Like Eric was like trying so hard, and again, S.A. Rivera is like a he seems like a righty. So if he's saying,
I don't even know if Eric was trying hard to avoid it, or he just genuinely has nothing interesting to say.
Yeah,
and I think Eric doesn't have anything interesting to say. But he is putting politics in the book if you read it. Like it's all about his little libertarian fantasy. In the second book, we learn that Texas has seceded from the United States. The main guy is a guy who runs track and has his own farm away from the government where he can do what he wants and whatever else. Away from city living.
Wait, hold on. Did you say that fucking Texas got removed from the United States.
Yeah, Texas seceded of their own volition in ISOM too. And you go, okay, so it's just Eric's little fucking libertarian fantasy of splitting off from the United States and I don't know, having this lawless land where superheroes keep order. You
But
know, like there's a guy Gooding who shows up in the second book and he's like a private firefighter for hire because that's his little libertarian fantasy of what if the cops and the firefighters you had to like pay them to show up, you know? It's like, yeah, that would suck. Libertarianism is moronic.
but
Uh,
because I'm not gonna read the sorry, I'm not gonna read the second issue because I don't want to die. I don't want to get
yeah.
rid. But so can you just tell me like what the fuck happened?
Isom gets his super suit. He
Mhm.
talks about the reason he quit being a superhero was because he watched a rock monster kill a girl. And
Okay.
you're like, okay. But he goes, you know what? Even though that rock monster killed that girl, I'm gonna be a superhero again. So he comes back to being a superhero. Darren, the bad guy from the last one,
Darren Fontaine.
Darren Fontano, goes and yells at Darren's sister, and then gets beaten up by a guy who looks like Abraham Lincoln.
The
Uh,
Immortal. What's he doing here?
it kind of looks like the Immortal, also. Yeah, I think it might be the Immortal. Um. Anyway, so all that shit's going on. It has nothing to do with the actual plot, which is Isom goes back to his farm and he finds out that these hell monkey demons came while he was gone and they kidnapped his farm worker Sam
What the
and
fuck?
dragged him to hell. And
Wait,
he
wait,
goes,
wait. Where did she come from? Wait, wasn't book one like kind of grounded? Huh?
yeah,
Where
they
does this?
don't, that's, he's not doing that anymore. It's not grounded at all. It's about going
I
to hell.
I dead ass remember him saying that.
He
Like
said it
like
was going to be like a grounded street level story because his Isom goes to hell and fights demons in the very second issue. Eric says that it's not. He like has some line where it's like, well, there's multiple hells. It's not the hell. It's a hell, and you're like, okay.
wait,
So he goes to
multiple,
a
multiple.
hell.
Wait, how do? What the fuck? Oh, wait, oh, wait.
Yeah,
Damn,
it's not. It's not the hell. It's one of many hells.
to quote
Where
Will Ferrell from Zoolander. Is anyone not noticing? I feel like I'm on crazy pills.
I think Isom might legitimately just be like a Christian superhero who fights like actual demons. I'm not sure,
I mean,
but
I love a good Christian story, but like, at least he could have told. Like, it would be better if Eric, fucking,
told the
said that,
story of the
right?
passion.
Yeah, like, I love Christian, like, I love Christian stories. I'm not exactly like, I'm not a Christian myself, but I love reading a, good story
Hmm.
about, demons getting fucking killed. Like, I love a good.
Like a Constantine. Okay, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, I love, and also, shit like Mandela, like shit that like is secretly, well, not secretly, but shit that's like pro Christian, but like in a cool way, like Mandela Catalog or Doom or like
Yeah.
Doom. Like those are like, I guess you could say pro Christian games. Like I do like that kind of shit. I also like learn a lot. I don't have the problem with that. Just I kind of wish Eric set up the whole, Christian. I mean, I guess the cross on the belly, I guess that counts. But
I
like,
just think when the first comic book tells me it's about a guy who's got to like save a girl from gangsters, and then the second book is about the guy going to hell to fight demons, I'm like, well, I don't really know what this comic's about. I don't think you know what this comic's about, but maybe someday
yeah,
we'll find that answer together.
yeah. At least with Super Killer so far, I know what's gonna happen. I know I'm gonna get, I know I'm gonna get fucking whipped by like 10 multiverses, but like at least like I know it like from the start. You know what I'm
You
saying?
can get whipped by like 1,000 multiverses, but
But at least I
multiverses
know.
they aren't crossing over though. What people don't like about multiverses is when characters from other multiverses go to the whatever multiverse and there's alternate versions of everybody, right?
Yeah.
It's like this is just it's like Sliders. You ever watch or you aware of the show Sliders? It's probably before your time. You go to different dimensions and you solve their problems and then you leave. Except instead of solving your problems in my comic, you kill the main guy and destroy his universe.
Yeah, well, I mean that explains the name Super Killer.
He kills yeah. And that's
Uh,
the fun thing about the show. People go, why is it called Super Killer? That name's kind of gay. And I'm like, yeah, the main character, like, he doesn't call himself that. And whenever somebody's like, hey, super killer, he's like, stop fucking calling me that. I don't like that name.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm assuming the
it's like,
title literally was as easy as when Kanye said, "What? Why did you know? Why is it called that?" Well, because they were there. Like it was. It's just as easy as like, oh, why is he called Super Killer? Well, he's a super
he
killer.
kills superheroes. Yeah, he murders
Like,
them.
there's a certain amount of respect too. There's a certain amount of like don't get me wrong. You know, good, like sometimes having a title that's like like has like 10 late meanings,
Blatant.
like 10 meanings and shit. Right, that's cool. But like, there's a certain amount of respect to people that just say, "Oh, super killer."
I like how blunt it is. We're just
Yeah,
like,
like
yep,
there's a
he's the
like
super killer.
yeah, shit like Jack Reacher or Ray Donovan. Like, why is Ray Donovan called Ray Donovan? Oh, because the guy's name Ray Donovan. Like, it's like blatant as fuck.
Yeah.
Um, so but yeah, like Eric. So like at least with Super Killer, I know I'm about to get like abused to fuck by like 1,000 multiverses. Like like that's okay. But like
Yeah.
like if I was gonna if I was gonna read a Christian story, I could have just read Constantine. Like okay.
Do you not like multiverses? Are you like one of these guys who thinks there's a problem with the multiverses?
And like I don't hate concept of multiverses or anything. I'm just tired. I'm like right now I'm kind of burnt out, especially because the MCU has just been molested as of late. And also, frankly, to be honest, the new movie that came out, Everywhere, Everything, All at Once, I wasn't the biggest fan to be honest either.
I
Uh,
still haven't seen that movie. I
uh,
guess I just don't like get it because I'm like, I don't know, man. Like most, like, isn't fucking like Planet of the Apes? Isn't that kind of like a multiverse story? I mean, obviously you don't actually travel somewhere else, but it's like a whole different world that you haven't encountered before. Like, what
I mean,
about multiverses do people not like? Or like
maybe
the time machine. You're traveling to a different time, and it's a whole bunch of different.
maybe because like multiverse is kind of like fuck over stakes. You know what I'm saying?
Uh, I don't feel that way though. Like, cause what if you meet an alternate version of you? If you die, there's another version of you.
Yeah, it's like because if it's a multiverse, like there could just be an Earth that's just exactly like yours.
Yeah, I get what you're saying there, but I think it's just that's a result of like bad writing. It's like you should be connected to your character. Like,
Yeah, so I
if
don't
the
exactly.
Spider-Man from the other universe dies, it's not the same as my Spider-Man dying.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, exactly. A shit like that. Like
Did you
I
see
don't
that
hate.
news? Did you see Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse or whatever?
I saw both of them.
Did you like them or no?
I like them. I mean the first one was pretty cool. The second one I think is kind of overrated, but I still liked it.
Okay. I really
Uh,
like the second one.
yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. Like I'm
Yeah.
like I think I gave them like a 7 out of 10, like kind of low, like for what most people are saying, but I still had a fun time. The characters were pretty good. Like most of the characters are good. Miguel, he.
I was
Uh,
blown away by the animation. It looks crazy.
did you know that Hobie, he took him alone, right? Took 2 years.
Yeah,
Just him alone took 2 years to make. Uh,
that's
so
crazy.
I don't want to imagine. I don't want to imagine everything else. Um, and also, if you pay attention, Miguel O'Hara just dead ass looks like Gypsy Crusader.
I
He's
thought, man, all the characters were really well done, and like even like the Indian Spider-Man. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool, you know?
yeah, he had like a decent like a small snippet, like the fact that the guard like this the guard what the police officer, the one that he had like kind of a rivalry with, that was his like setting his stone. Like it's like a super detached person that he's like trying to save. So
Yeah,
that's like so I still like the movie. I had like a lot of problems with it though, because like this sounds like a fucking like again I'm
yeah.
getting abused to fuck, but I still like it. I can't wait for the third film. So like
Well, I guess I just go nuts because all these guys like Nerdrotic and even like Critical Drinker and stuff. They're like, oh my god, like all this shit is like woke and whatever else, and I'm like,
they
mm,
they liked Spider Verse at least.
yeah, but why? Spider-Verse has a black pregnant woman as a Spider-Man. Isn't that
I mean
awful? according to their rules of how to write a decent film.
I don't know, man. Like
Their
I mean, so,
theory doesn't work. Their theory is that wokeness is bad 100%. It's like, I thought black female pregnant Spider-Man was cool. I didn't have a problem with that.
I think Drinker was
And
like,
then they go like, hey, how could she be a Spider-Man if she's pregnant? She could hurt that baby. And I'm like, I think I can assume that anybody who has like super spider powers probably knows whether or not a baby is going to be safe during
I
doing
think
Spider-Man stuff.
I think Drinker like said that was like dumb.
I
So
think
like,
Drinker's a retard.
nah.
Yeah, no, I think that guy should kill himself.
Okay. Nah. I like
He's
Drinker.
making the world of movies and art worse by telling people stupid things. So his take on fucking Spider-Man was he's like, "Well, isn't it curious that the white Peter Parker has to wear like a pink bathrobe and gets made fun of by the other characters or whatever?" And I'm like, "You're a fucking moron. That's the character you're supposed to identify with the most. He's living a stable family life. He has his a wife and a kid. He's the most intellectually mature character out of any of them. And you think the movie like is treating him like a joke because he's white? Like you're watching a different movie.
I still like the. I mean, I still like the Drinker though. I tried.
You
And
should.
hope
Well,
what
unfortunately,
what
he's teaching you very bad lessons about media. His ability to analyze these movies is like the essential definition of superficial and wrong.
I wish the videos
He
were
is
longer.
not a smart man.
If currently right now, I'm also trying to reach the Drinker if he can. And he did respond to me. So once again, Drinker is better than Eric July in that regard. So yeah.
The
So
drinker is poison.
if the Drinker, if I can talk to the Drinker, then like that'll be something, I guess. Um,
Yeah, maybe you can like I don't know, say more stupid shit.
I don't hate the Drinker. I like the Drinker. I'm
I
sorry.
hate the drinker 100%.
How do you like?
He's trash.
You don't seem to have you don't hate Neurotic that much, but like the drink, like that's funny.
Neurotic doesn't really analyze movies, and like as far as I've seen, he doesn't put out like these big essays trying to break down what's wrong with them.
And he doesn't.
You
I
know,
mean,
he sticks to his lane of going, oh well, you know, it's got too many women in it, or it's got too many, you know, they race changed this character, and I don't like it, which is like
he actually does.
inoffensive to me. I don't care at this point.
I mean, he does. I mean, unlike Yellow Flash, Neurotic actually does make like long ass fucking videos, like actually explaining. Unlike Yellow Flash, who just like is
Neurotic
like,
does. I never see his videos pop up in my feed.
oh, then
All I know is that guys like the Critical Drinker are genuinely making the next generation of moviegoers stupid. They are teaching them incorrect lessons about how to consume media and like how story works because they're only capable of the most superficial takes of, hey, Peter Parker's wearing a pink bathrobe. That means he's a lady now.
to
And
be
it's
honest,
like, no, you're a fucking idiot.
I'd rather have that than like I don't know, organized chaos or actual fandom or pillar of garbage. Like tell me all that.
I
So
disagree. I like all those guys.
you like pillar of
I
garbage?
like Chaos. I like Pillar. I don't know who Pillar of Garbage is, but all of them are providing a far more valuable service than Critical Drinker or any of these other retards.
All right, that's your opinion, I guess. I can see, but
Well, my opinion is correct.
okay. Organized chaos gives me like AIDS, so
I mean, honestly, you're telling me you're a writer. Are you getting writing advice from like Critical Drinker?
if check this out. If like one day, right,
Yeah.
I like because I know he writes, so he has like a couple books. If I read one
Yeah,
of his
they're fucking terrible.
hold on, if I read one of his books and I get cancer, then like okay. Then now we talking.
He can't write because he can't analyze. He doesn't understand media. He only understands it from a superficial point of like, oh, wokeness is bad. We have to get rid of the woke stuff, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, well, what's this? How do you make it better? You're telling, okay, yes, sometimes some lefty writers put way too much politics in their shit and it's obvious and it's cringe. I get it. But like, there's also times that lefty creators put politics in their shit. Like Metal Gear Solid is like a very clearly like anti-war, you know, look at the horrors of fucking combat and child soldiers and whatever else.
Mhm.
Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody likes that shit. And again,
Yeah.
there's a black pregnant female spider lady. and it's great. It's like
yeah,
interesting. It's
yeah,
different from what I expected. I'm like, oh, you know what? I never thought about what would happen if there was a black female pregnant spider lady, and now that I've seen it, I'm like, that's kind of cool. I kind of like that. And we wouldn't
yeah.
have got that if we listened to guys like Critical Drinker, who, if you told them, hey, I want to make a black female pregnant spider lady, they would have said, no, that's woke. Don't make woke shit. And that's how you end up with ISOM, where you can't try anything new or like weird or based on current politics. We're surrounded by current politics. Why would I not want to make like a trans character who's a fucking robot and what? Like, that's, I don't have to like that character. I don't have to agree with what they're doing, but they should feature in my fiction. Transgenderism is like the most fucking popular topic of our time. Everybody's talking about it. It's the first time in human history that we've celebrated people chopping their dicks off. The idea that you wouldn't put that in your fiction to talk about it, even if you disagree with it, even if you think it's weird, you should absolutely be writing transgender characters and be like, look at this fucking weirdo, if that's the way you want to talk about it. But you just say don't put it in there at all.
Real shit.
Is fucking insane.
Real shit. You sound like an Encyclopedia Dramatica writer sometimes.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, because you're like, there was like an immediate like contradiction. Well, not contradiction. There's like you're like criticizing people like Drinker and shit, but then you automatically say, "I'm chopping their dicks." Like, I love immediate contradictions like that. They're funny.
It's not a contradiction though, because like I can say, look, I think it's weird to cut off your dick. I think everybody thinks it's weird to cut off your dick, except for the people cutting their dicks off. Okay, but to say that there's no possible way to have a character who I don't necessarily agree with whatever fucking life decisions they're making, but I can still feature them in my fiction. Look, there's ways to do it right and there's ways to do it wrong. I think is the point. But according to these guys, it's always wrong. Okay, it's at the point where, like, if an actress or an actor, Yellow Flash went after, I think it was Yellow Flash, went after like an actor in One Piece because it's played by a trans person. It's like, do you think these people just like shouldn't exist? Like, they shouldn't be allowed to? Isn't the point of acting is that you can be whatever you want?
No, it wasn't as bad as you thought it was. I think it wasn't as bad as you thought it was. Actually, hold on. How much Drinker content have you watched? Just like asking.
I don't know. Like, I've watched a couple of his videos that come across my feed, and then around the 800th time he put that screaming Trump lady in a video, I said, all of these are the exact same. This man has nothing interesting to say.
You don't have to agree. You don't have to agree with me. Like, but I mean, I actually do watch.
I fundamentally disagree with you, and I consider you less intelligent for consuming his content.
That's mean.
It is supposed to be mean. When you told me you're a fan of the Critical Drinker, I immediately thought less of you, and I hope you'll reconsider watching those stupid videos.
No promises.
It will make you a better writer.
What if I'm like the sex?
He is teaching you bad lessons about storytelling. He will make you a worse writer if you take any of his advice to heart.
What if I'm like the sex, but I still watch the Drinker?
What if you what?
What if I'm like the sex, right? Like the shit, but like I still watch the Drinker.
I have very little respect for anyone who consumes that man's content.
All right. Well, now I'm gonna go on my anime arc. I'm like proving you wrong again.
That's fine. I just want you to know that I really think that man is completely poisoning a generation in terms of their ability to understand storytelling and write decent stories. We are going to get a generation of wannabe writers who are trying to write stuff, and they're going to make it shitty because they're afraid to put something woke in it. They're afraid to put a gay character. They're afraid to have a black guy do something, whatever else. Okay, because a guy like Critical Drinker told them, well, this is the problem with modern media. Okay, that's like, if you look at modern media, I always get people and they go, well, the reason Star Wars failed is because it's woke. No, the reason Star Wars failed is because the writing sucked. The sequel trilogy is terrible because it has shitty fucking writing. Okay, it's not because Rey's a lady. It's not because they were trying to emasculate men or whatever else. It's just bad writing. It doesn't come from some weird, fundamentally like feminist angle. There's like all these insane fucking ideas that, oh, well, this was Kathleen Kennedy. She's a hardcore feminist. She wants to embarrass men and whatever. No, it's not. It's just she handed it to a guy like Rian Johnson who didn't know how to write. They handed it to J.J. Abrams. Do you think J.J. Abrams is a hardcore feminist who hates men?
No,
he's just a shitty fucking writer. And that's what we need to talk about when we talk about these things. And that's what Critical Drinker doesn't talk about. He doesn't talk about,
How do you
why
really?
narratives are. A guy like Mahler is good. Mahler
Okay,
actually breaks down plot.
I was about to say. I was actually about to ask that. Like, how do you feel? It's like Mahler's like my one of like top 5 favorite YouTubers right now.
Mahler has some stumbling blocks. He has this weird belief that you can objectively review media, which is just fundamentally incorrect. But he does actually analyze like plot holes and failures in like story structure.
I would say
Okay,
he's
he
like
doesn't focus on it's a woman and that's the reason they wrote it this way. It's like, okay, well that's your theory, you can't prove it, so why don't you just focus on why the plot sucks?
I would say Mahler's like correct like 90% of the time. You know, he's a pretty
Yeah.
he's a pretty swell guy. I'd say. He's like top 5 favorite YouTubers and all that. I like Mahler. If I Mahler, please notice me.
Mahler is like a smart guy. Critical Drinker is a guy with an accent. And a lot of people are tricked into believing that accents indicate sophistication and intelligence. Or at least they're just fun to listen to. It's fun to listen to him talk. I understand that. It's fun to listen to a guy with a Cockney English accent or whatever else. But the actual words coming out of his mouth are the most vapid, stupid trash.
I mean,
And frankly, he is destroying the world of art by influencing as many people as he does.
even so, all right. Even if with that, I still want to like get him because no such thing as fucking bad publicity or whatever. I'm desperate as you can see. But yeah, like I'm trying
I
to
can
get.
understand wanting to talk to him.
Yeah,
That's fine.
Yeah, I'm desperate.
I just hope that you will stop respecting him because he doesn't deserve it.
But back to fucking shit. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Christianity or whatever. So yeah, basically. So that's what Eric. So that's what issue 2 is about. It's just fucking demon monkeys from like demon monkeys from Call of Duty. Just fucking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Getting wrecked by ISOM.
Nice. Do we know what ISOM's powers are?
Not really. No, I have no idea.
All right. Oh yeah. You said this.
Hello. Test 1.
I don't know what happened there. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I switched to my. Yeah. Well, as you can see, we're low budget as well in this YouTube channel. Hope you're.
It's cool.
But yeah, basically, yeah, you said that a lot of YouTubers, right? We're making comics. Yeah, I've noticed that. Razorfist, he's making his own comic.
Yep.
He's Ethan Skyver. He got his thing. Nerdrotic, I've never heard that actually. I trust him a bit more though.
I could be wrong.
If he is, I trust him more than Eric because at least Nerdrotic, like, I mean, look at his fucking setup.
All right. Well, I don't like any of these guys. I hate them.
Yeah, I
don't
tell.
trust them with anything.
Okay. I'll probably.
They're ruining media. They're making it worse. They're talking about it in the most superficial terms, and they're teaching a generation of people that you can break story down just by, going, oh, well, the name of the character is Safe Space and Snowflake. I'm upset about that. Why? It's written by a funny guy. Maybe he's writing a funny comic. No, it's woke and it's bad.
I'll probably check out Razorfist comic.
Catwoman's fat in this Elseworld story, and that's bad because Catwoman's only ever allowed to be hot and whatever. No, I want to see Catwoman as like a dumpy fat lady who like fucked up her life. That's funny. That's interesting. I've seen Catwoman be a sexy cat lady for what, 80 years? How old is fucking Batman? Okay, the idea that there's it's not even the main continuity, and that they try something new with Catwoman. And I get guys like Yellow Flash and Eric going, well, see, fucking woke Marvel once again. And I'm like, you are fucking destroying our ability to tell interesting new stories because you can't accept any. You just want to read the same comic books you read as a child because you're emotionally stunted. Okay, because you grew up reading Spider-Man and you don't want to ever see a black Spider-Man or a lady Spider-Man or a pregnant Spider-Man. And anytime anything's a little bit different, it makes you realize that you can't live in your childhood forever. And it's honestly childish and sad to see these grown men like screaming about these things.
I'll probably check out. So he might have a thing. I also Razorfist is like he doesn't seem that, so I'm also gonna check out fucking.
Well, that George guy can draw pretty good.
Yeah, so
What's also good is they're making like a cowboy comic, which I don't know. There's a lot of good cowboy stories to tell. At least they're not saying like, oh, it's an anti-woke superhero thing, which would be
I mean, okay. The thing with Razor Fist though is
exhausting.
that he isn't he's just a righty. He doesn't primarily like focus on comics. He just like he. So
Yeah.
I don't think he's like that bad or whatever. I like Razor Fist too. He makes like, you may not like him.
Razor
I
Fist feels like a guy who would probably take. Well, he seems like a guy who would probably take his story seriously,
yeah,
and probably is
like
not.
yeah, but I have more. I do have like some faith in Razor Fist. Like he just seems like a righty. He's not like which like I mean like what actually what would you consider yourself exactly like no judgment here.
Left of center.
Left, center, left.
Yeah.
All right. Uh, I mean yes, center left, but like a couple seconds ago you were like chop. People say chopping their dicks off is like weird. I mean,
I don't think you
uh,
have to support chopping off dicks to be left. I don't think you have to. I don't think that's necessary.
I mean I would consider
I think that's
myself
the problem with. I think that's the problem with politics is that there's a lot of assumptions people make. Like to be on the right, do you have to love Trump? No. You
nah.
can hate Trump and be on the right. Do I have
I
to
would
love giving, kids fucking transition surgery or hormones or whatever? No, I don't think that's necessarily a lefty. Obviously more lefties believe in that than righties do, but
yeah, I don't know. I would consider myself a queer anarchist, fascist, communist, space cowboy. So,
that's the way to
that's just
do it.
yeah, that's just me. But yeah,
I'd
like
consider myself queer. I'd say that. I think I'm definitely queerer than the average bear.
you, you're California, right?
Yes.
I'm
I'm not originally
assuming.
from California.
I'm assuming you're same. Yeah, isn't bear like a thing like big gay hairy men?
Yeah, that is a term for a big gay hairy man.
Are you a big gay? Are you a bear?
I'm not a bear. I would not consider myself a bear.
Oh, okay, okay. Uh,
Bears
uh,
are I think I would have to even be well, I don't know, maybe I could achieve bear status at this point.
yeah, yeah. Look at you.
I'm big enough at this point.
Um, you seeing anyone or like you a single fucking you alone forever?
I've had off and on things with a girl or two, but lately not so much. I'm trying to get in
Mm.
shape first before I hit the dating game again.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, fair enough.
So being a big fat guy makes it hard to date effectively.
Fair enough. That was me at one point until I started crime fighting and not.
Yeah,
So,
got in
uh,
shape.
so yeah. But basically, yeah. I'm also I'll check Razor Fist like he doesn't seem like I like him. I'll check his comic. I also want to see Ethan Skyver shit. Cyberpunk. I saw Cyberpunk. It looks fucking.
Cyberfrog. Yeah.
Uh,
He needs to put
uh,
out like the first issue for free digitally so people can read it. Yeah. These guys are way
yeah.
too precious with their
Yeah.
comics. Like they got to put them online. Eric didn't put his online either. And I'm like, well, if you want to reach a mass market, man, you got to realize all the comics are online now.
Yeah, that's why the Twitter fucked them idiots. So but yeah, like I do want to check out Ethan Skyver shit. I want to check Razor Punk. I keep fucking up. You see the shit? Razor Fist's shit. Who else is writing comics? Oh yeah, Stitch and Adam. I know they have their own comic.
Yeah,
It
that
also
one's been working on that one for a while. Shad has a well, Shad's not actually working on it. He just let another guy make a comic for him.
apparently it sucks.
Umbrella Guy has a comic.
Umbrella Guy's a comic?
What's that?
Wait, apparently
Yeah,
Shad's comic sucks.
but
Fucking PP.
is it who told you that? That's interesting.
I don't know. I don't know. I've just been seeing. You like Shad?
No, I hate Shad.
No, I just been like seeing
Shad's
him
another fucking. Shad's another one of these guys. Did you see the Barbie movie?
yeah, I saw it. I didn't. I'm not the biggest fan of it. Like that's whatever.
I liked it.
Oh yeah, I saw your fucking video. Yeah, I saw your video.
Good. Yeah,
Um,
where I talked shit about Shad because Shad doesn't is another guy who doesn't understand storytelling. So many people went to see that movie, and I'm like, guys, this movie's like pretty obvious. They're like, yeah, it hates men. I'm like, the Ken dolls aren't men. They're dolls. Like, you
They're
could set one of them on fire and it doesn't matter because they're not real people. The only one of them that's real is Barbie because she becomes real by achieving fucking
Nirvana.
sentience. It's like a robot came to life.
Yeah.
And then Shad
Uh,
makes this whole video about how it's like a feminist and it's all about hating men. And I'm like, man, you guys just like don't understand the movies and TV shows you're watching. It's wild.
There's actually interesting video that is like it's like a Barbie hate video, but it's actually nuanced and shit. Do you know the Little Platoon?
No.
The Little Platoon. He's like a part of that like Mahler squad. He made
Okay.
he made like a fucking long ass video on Barbie. It's like yeah, like he's a Mahler clone, and you know what? And he knows it, and I respect that he knows it. That so
Did he
yeah,
say
he made
did he
like
say the movie was good or bad?
he said it was bad, but the video is like actually like in depth, so there's more respect there. You know what I'm saying?
What did he say was bad about it?
He was just basically, from what I remember, he was just basically breaking down like like the themes and shit about Barbie.
Well, the theme
Uh,
is that a robot gains sentience and it wants to be human and it wants
I
the
mean,
beauty of the
I
human experience.
I recommend. I mean, if you got time, I
It's like
recommend
watching
watching
Barbie is just Westworld, basically.
Westworld.
It's like
I
a
recommend.
fun Westworld.
I
You
recommend
recommend watching
watching.
a video that says Barbie is bad. A
I mean,
movie
it's.
I
I
know
mean,
is
it's.
good.
I mean, you can disagree with it, but like it's like
I
to quote
saw the
Matt
movie.
to
I
quote
saw the
Madvocate
movie, so I
to
know
quote
he's
Madvocate
wrong.
to quote Madvocate when he was talking about Wonder Woman 84. If Daredevil is my favorite TV show, but if someone makes a 10-hour long video talking why it's shit, I will watch it because I'm not a pussy. That's what he said.
I wouldn't get anything out of it. Like I've
I
heard
get.
the arguments against Barbie and they're like from a fundamentally misunderstanding what the movie is. They're like, well, why aren't the Kens, why don't they achieve equality at the end of the movie? And it's like, because they're dolls being played with by girls in the real world, and no
And
girl in
girls
the
are
real world.
icky. And girls are
Well,
icky.
they're not going to suddenly have this weird. Can you imagine that like something happens in the Barbie world, and then your 4-year-old daughter suddenly goes, "Hey, I should play with my Barbie and my Ken doll equally." Like, no, that wouldn't happen. She would go, "I like the Barbie doll. I dress it up. Ken's just
Yeah,
there." It's like everything that
yeah,
happens in
girl
the Barbie world has
icky.
to correspond to the real world. So the Barbies
They're
and Kens
yucky.
cannot make choices for themselves. All their choices are based on the girls who are playing with them.
So
So the
the
only
message
way for
is
equality to be achieved in the Barbie world is if little girls all of a sudden want to play with Ken more than Barbie or equally to Barbie, which is never going to happen. But
so
instead,
the
people went
message
to
is
see the movie and they're like, yeah, go ahead.
girls are yucky.
The
Girls are
message
icky.
is, well, the message is that girls are sexist, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah.
Little girls are sexist towards their male toys and they want to play with the girl toys, and that's not actually a bad thing because I'm sure more guys want to play with GI Joes. If they made a GI Joe movie,
Well, they
the
haven't.
GI Joe movie, well, but I'm
They well,
saying it's if it was about the actual toys, it's not going to end with the toys going, hey, we think that the girl GI Joes, are just as capable as the men. It's like, no, because they're being played with by little boys, and little boys are like, I like the one who has a fucking rocket launcher. I don't know, maybe some boys like the girl GI Joes more.
yeah, fair enough, I suppose. Um, but what are YouTubers are? Yeah, Shad. Apparently that his comics are ass. Umbrella.
Well,
Isn't
yeah, he wrote a
Umbrella?
weird book.
Yeah, it
What's
was like
that?
apparently like from what I remember, it was like a weird, like a power fantasy kind of thing, and I fucking hate self inserts. So
It's about an ancient wizard who's like 300 years old, and he killed a bunch of people and he raped a bunch of kids, and then he comes back 300 years later and he tries to be a good guy. That's how it was explained to me.
that's a weird book, Shad. That's a weird book, Shad.
And apparently he like legitimately is a child rapist, the main character, but
That's a weird.
maybe somebody lied to me. I think that's pretty weird. I wouldn't write that book.
I mean,
I
I
think
mean,
that's a pretty hard character to get people to rally behind.
to be fair, given how given the they probably did lie to you, but at the same time, Shad is like not the most. So I don't know. Um,
Shad is another one of these guys. Have you seen his art?
Yeah, that whole yeah. I saw a video in like I saw such an Adam video where you're right. Also, like the Mauler verse is so fucking like I feel like everyone I see is just a Mauler. It's just a fucking Mauler disciple, or at least guess. It's kind of funny to be honest. The long man versus expanding, as they say.
Yeah.
Um, like the four people you see in the server, right? They're just Mauler people. Or at least like fucking he's a Mauler person. What the fuck's happening to my uh oh my god, my Discord is Discord's such a piece of shit. What is happening? Oh, okay. So yeah, you can see that. Yeah, he's a Mauler guy. Uh, fucking Appa. He's been a Mauler guest for a little bit. And Crimson, he is a I don't know. I don't know if he's like a Mauler fan, but
All
but he
right.
did.
Well, I don't care about any of this. I don't want to
But
talk about
yeah,
Mahler. I
yeah,
don't
I
want to talk about any
understand.
of these people.
But yeah, like Shad. But yeah, Shad. Well, that's like a weird
Shad's an
character.
idiot.
Fucking,
Yes, I got it.
fucking right.
He's one of the where
Uh,
they all appear on panels together and have bad opinions.
you said Umbrella Guy had a comment. What the fuck was that about?
Yeah, Umbrella Guy made a comic, and
Is it
apparently
good?
there's a lot of drama behind the scenes I can't talk about. Not that I've heard, but maybe it's good. Somebody
Uh-huh.
actually read it. Will have to tell me.
Well, maybe, yeah, maybe his, didn't Umbrella Guy get fucking sued, because of the whole Amber Heard and, Johnny shit?
I know that he just broke up with his wife because he's some sort of abuser, and she's trying to get his kids. So that's good.
Wait, who are you talking about?
Umbrella Guy he
Oh,
got divorced, and his wife's trying to take the kids.
oh, damn. Who's the abuser in this situation?
I don't know. I assume it's him, just based on his personality, but I could be
Damn, okay.
wrong.
Damn, okay, just not immediately. Um, fucking, who else is making a comic? Who else is making a comic? Yeah, that's it. I can't think of anyone else.
A lot
Yeah,
of
well,
people are
you
making
honest, yeah.
comics.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's just hope that yours is like the best shit ever. If it's not, I will block you.
you
Um
can do that. I think it's gonna be pretty good. I'm excited about it. It's got a lot of cool stuff, and
yeah, yeah,
you know,
it looks pretty. It looks fun. I do like
I mean,
that
at the
the
end of
art
the day,
of
I just want to make good comics, make good art, and I don't
it,
know, man. I'm excited about it. Look, is everyone
it
gonna
looks very,
love it? I don't fucking know, but I'm gonna be very happy with it.
I mean, your art is very like what poppy, like that's the word. Like it's very like stylized. I enjoy the more
Yeah, some
comic.
people don't. Some people are like, I don't like this style or whatever, and I'm like, well, this is the style I love. Like, I'm making it for me, man. Like, what do you want me to do? So it's what I
The- I,
like. Isn't that what
I'm
matters?
I'm currently working with someone, not an internet person or like an actual like pal of mine.
Yeah,
Another sidekick, I guess. You could say. Yeah, we're trying to make a comic together. And I told her right about the fucking Vito versus, or like I know I referred to you in the third person, like Dick Masterson, you versus Eric, to like
Eric.
tell her about like, hey, this is like what you shouldn't do in a comic. And like I said, this was I told her this before, like one day before I got blocked. So like now I know the allegiance, right? Um, so
Yeah.
but yeah, I did tell her a bit about like from what I know about Super Killer. I did say that I like your style more because it's more like comic. It's more stylized, more
Yeah,
poppy.
I
That's
mean, I
not.
feel bad I can't tell people. I mean, I've tried to give as much information as I can without giving spoilers, and I think people kind of get what it's about.
Yeah,
I guess
it's
one
just
thing that's been hard to hit people with is they're like, okay, so it's just goofy and like stupid and it doesn't matter. And I'm like, no. Like, it's got like a real story. Like,
yeah.
it's
We
got
trying.
like, no,
Yeah,
the
we're actually
characters
trying.
like matter, man. You know, it's
Yeah,
like you
we're
ever
actually.
watch like Cowboy Bebop?
I have not
It's a good
seen Cowboy
example of
Bebop.
like, or whatever,
That's
like any story where it's like, okay, they're on a madcap adventure, they're running around, whatever else. But at the end of the day, man, this guy's killing people. He's ending worlds. It's like a really depressing fucking thing he's got to do. And it's kind of just like, I put it in the way of like you have a shitty job and someday you're going to be able to retire. And that's basically his mindset. He's like,
yeah. I'm
I
assuming
just
the
need,
yeah. So
yeah.
that's like I like that theme. That's a pretty decent theme.
Yeah,
So
he's
like
like, I have to kill 100 superheroes and then I get to quit. And until I kill those 100 superheroes, I'm not going to think about what an evil fucking person I am and how awful it is that I'm killing all these people and whatever. I'm just going to kill 100 superheroes and then I'm done. You know? And it's not like a job he signed up for. He like, you know, it just kind of happened.
Yeah, I'm
It's like,
assuming
I'm
this
in a
is like
shitty
I'm assuming this is
Yeah.
like an allegory for like, you know, dead end like 9 to 5 jobs like that you're not passionate. Like,
There's a
it's
lot
not
of
a
that.
military.
Yeah, he's a
Okay.
fucking wage slave. He's stuck working a shitty Burger King job, except his Burger King job is killing people. You know?
Yeah, his shitty Burger King job is fucking Galactus, eater of worlds, you know.
Yeah, exactly. What
That's
if
fair.
Galactus? Yeah, exactly. And
So
that's the thing is people are like, oh, so it's just like funny, huh? It's just I'm like, no, that's not funny at all. That's tragic. It's horrifying. Like I wouldn't
Yeah.
wish that on my worst enemy. But that is the way.
But yeah, like the Indiegogo or whatever for told me that Super Killer was gonna get here like in December. They didn't give me a date though, so I don't know what the fuck that's about.
Yeah, it's not gonna be in December, so you gotta read the what do you call it? Let's just put it this way, it's coming out in 2024, and I'm gonna try and get it done as quick as we can. You know, I'm working with an artist, he's a busy guy, and I have to work with his schedule, so but we're working on it, it's getting done. I'm not gonna run away with anybody's money, and if for some reason somebody goes, I don't want to wait any longer, you can get a refund, send me a message, I don't care. But we're gonna make, you know what, also I'm not gonna shove it out the door. You know, I could rush it. I could say, hey, don't, you know, put too much effort into it. Just do. I'm like, no, go your own pace, make it good. Eric July put out his comic book, you know, he shoves it out the door and there's like bubbles for the wrong characters, so the wrong characters are talking. There's like spelling mistakes everywhere. And I'm like, man, that sucks because that's just out there forever. I don't want that. His new ISOM book has a bunch of like fucking he misspells like a main character's name at one point.
Owie.
You're like, man, yeah.
Kind of.
And he's talking about, yeah, but I'm like shitting comics out really fast. It's like, that's cool, man. Like, it's cool that you have enough money to shit them out fast, but you're not shitting them out with quality. I would care more about that. I'd rather you delete it to make sure it's not trash.
Yeah, like it's Eric. I used to be cool, man. But I also like kind of like somewhat watched the show of like biggest problem in the universe. And
Nice.
I saw one of your episodes.
See, now you're smart, right? When you watch Critical Drinker, it makes you dumb.
Hey.
When you watch our show, it makes you smart.
Listen.
You must be pretty smart if you're watching our show.
I like, you know, ever since Eric fucking bitched me out, like I'll probably like start checking out y'all stuff more. No, I'm still mad. What the fuck, bro? What the fuck, bro?
No, it's good. It's good. I'm just fucking with you. I just
No.
really hate what Critical Drinker is doing. Like it drives me nuts.
Yeah,
because
I
listen,
get it.
man, you're like a
it.
young guy, right? How old are you?
You know, like 105. You know, that's pretty young.
Are you in your 20s or are you in your 30s?
No, I'm in my 20s. Yeah.
You're in your 20s, okay. And there's a lot of like teenagers that watch this stuff, right? It's fun to watch videos talking about why Star Wars sucks, why the Marvel stuff sucks. I get it.
I mean, I'm actually a 105-year-old warlord, but I look 20, so
oh, cool. So you're legal.
Yeah.
Like I made videos. Have you ever seen my like Star Wars breakdowns or whatever? Those videos I've made.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of those. Your Stormtrooper. I even saw your Stormtrooper.
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
yeah,
That's a good one.
That's
a good one. So what
But
drives me nuts though is that there's an entire generation where I'm like, man, there is so much interesting stuff to say about why movies fail, why some movies are better than other movies. You know, really break down like character arcs and development and whatever else. Or you can just watch a video where someone goes, well, the reason it sucks is they put like gay lady stuff in it.
I mean,
look, man, you can talk about some of that, but like, yeah, again, like Mahler, that's not all he talks about.
Like, I mean,
a guy like Yellow Flash, that's the only thing he knows how to say because he doesn't know anything about storytelling.
I mean, I do truly watch like every kind of movie reviewer. I watch like your Maulers, your Drinkers.
Red Letter Media used to be the gold standard, but now they won't even touch the Marvel shit because, frankly, these guys have made it impossible to talk about those movies without somebody coming in the comments and being like, "Yeah, but you didn't talk about how woke it was." It's like, well, yeah, because it's not woke necessarily, or if it is, it's not the major problem with it. He's not
I
even
mean,
interesting sometimes to talk about that stuff.
I watch like I said, I watch every kind of. I watch your your drinkers, your maulers, your Captain Midnight's,
Yeah.
your you.
Captain Midnight seems reasonable. He seems
Yeah,
like a good guy.
he's boring. He's a milk toast reviewer, but I still like him.
Yeah.
I watch your the Captain Midnight's. I watch your like even like shitty. Yeah, I even watch
Watch me
reviews.
and Dick. Watch me and Dick. We talk about the Marvels, right? We made a
Yeah,
review of that.
I'll
And the problem with
no,
that movie is not that it's a bunch of women. The problem with that movie is that none of the women have a fucking emotional arc of any sort, and they're just kind of there.
does isn't Dick more like right leaning than you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I get so. Yeah,
Dick voted for Trump. Dick went to a bunch of like Trump fucking rallies and shit.
yeah, I could tell Dick seems like a more.
Surprised
Isn't
he
he old?
wasn't in the Capitol. He's older than me, but he
Damn, is
wasn't in
that
the
bad?
Capitol.
Damn, is
Good
that
joke.
that bad or that good? I don't know. Perspective.
No,
Like if he was in the Capitol, like he just went there.
he
um.
just went there for fun.
Uh. Yeah. How old is Dick? Like, or is he older? He's older than you, right?
He's older than me. I don't know exactly how old he is.
The fuck? You're next. What does that mean?
Why would I know how old Dick is? I don't ask him his fucking age. Do you ask
I mean,
guys their age?
you would know at some point, right? Like, what the fuck?
I know he's at least like 5 years older than me. I don't know exactly how many years older than me he is.
Damn, he ate. Damn, he aged like shit. Then he aged like
I
ass.
don't think so. I think he looks fine. I
I
don't
mean,
know.
but yeah, like shit was saying. Yeah, like I watch like every. I even watch reviewers for shit that I don't fucking like. Particularly like Ellis Mark, like like I don't really. I'm not
Yeah.
really interested in cartoons, but I still watch them because like it's interesting to hear people talk for hours and hours. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like I do watch like every kind of like review, even like the ones that call out the wokeness or whatever,
Yeah.
because so sometimes because like I said, I
Well,
watch
it's
everything.
good.
It's good.
You're good. Do you watch Red Letter Media?
I used to. They're not that great now. I don't really like not much no more.
Well, they don't talk about Marvel and Star Wars anymore. They're always focused on like horror movies and shit, which is sad. But I
Yeah.
get it. They
So
don't want to talk about it because it's like it's not fun to talk about anymore because the audience doesn't care about. The audiences no longer want to talk about what makes a story work. All they want to talk
oh
about is like that's what Eric's problem is. He goes, "Oh, the problem is the leftists are injecting gay shit in our comic books." It's like not like some of that sucks. I get it. Some of it's too much. But also, I think the bigger problem, if you're talking about why Marvel and DC comic books suck, it's because no decent writer. Why would any decent writer agree to write for Marvel or DC when you can just go make your own comic book and maybe get your own TV series and own 100% of it?
yeah,
Right?
like
Why would you write a Superman comic book knowing that if it gets made into a movie, you're going to get like a $5,000 thank you check? When you could
yeah,
just
like
go make your own Invincible or go make your own Rick and Morty or whatever else and you fucking own it. So the only people who agree to work for Marvel are like dumb fuck kids who can't get a job anywhere else or whatever else, you know?
Yeah, like right now I'm currently like I said I'm doing a lot right now. I'm writing my book.
Yeah.
I'm actually working on I guess in theory I'm working on two comics. I'm working with this girl and I'm working with my other pal. You should follow him too, by the way. He's also like a future upcoming author. If you're a fan of
Cool.
Game of Thrones, if you're a fan of Game of
Yeah.
Thrones, then you'll like this. You'll like his shit. That's oh shit. Hey. Remember that guy? I told you, Georgie. He had Islam. He sent me a whole ass fucking paragraph.
Nice.
I'll just I'm gonna read it. It's not that long. This shit boring. I'm halfway through. It's also doing the trope of where like mysterious stuff happened before mysterious stuff happened before the start of the story, which I typically don't like because I prefer stories starting at the very beginning. Also, what is this power scaling? Is this ankle bracelet supposed to keep Isom nerfed? Because ain't no way the MC got pwned by some random bouncer. Also, how did Darren and Avery not hear the fighting going on between Yaira and Alpha Core? And it must have been so close for Yaira and Avery to coincidentally clash. Also, the whole beef between Avery and Darren is mainly to get back at Darren for talking shit. If he barely remembered the whole Jasmine situation by the time he arrived, why is he even there in the first place? And why wouldn't he care about the daughter of a woman he likes? Is Avery a psychopath or something? Damn, he went hard.
Yeah, none of it. There's no. I don't know, man. It's like so hard to figure that story out. It just really is confusing.
Damn, I feel and he's halfway, by the way. So I don't even want to imagine. I don't even want to imagine what he feel when he finishes it. I want when he finishes the fucking thing. Uh,
There's nothing
so
there, man. It's written by. Look, I've been. Here's what. What drives me nuts is all these guys go, I know what's wrong with comics. And you're like, all right, so you're going to write one? Show me what's wrong. And they write ISOM. And you're like, that was what was wrong with comics? Is they weren't boring enough? Like, what do you want? What are you doing? And also, okay, also the idea that anyone look, if everybody just treated Eric like, yeah, I like him and he's funny. But instead it's like, you have to treat him like he's a fucking genius because he says Spider-Man sucks. Like, no, this guy's not a genius. He's a fucking dummy. Like, just you can treat him like an entertainer and say, okay, he's funny and I like, the way he talks or whatever else. But when you get down to it, he's dumber than fucking rocks. He can't write. The only thing he knows how to do is to hype you up and get you to give him his money because he knows what you want to hear. And let's be clear, I know what you want to hear too. I know how it would be very easy for me to come on here or go on anywhere and go, here's the thing that sucks is the fucking leftist woke mind virus is destroying America. And the reason Star Wars sucks is because a bunch of feminist, hippie, liberal F-slurs are fucking destroying our way of life. That would be very popular and I'd probably make a bunch of money doing it. But I can't do it because I don't think it's the truth. And I think it's a fucking reductive, moronic way of looking at media and the world. Is to believe that it's all propagated by some insidious leftist agenda when the actual fucking answer is there's a lot of shitty writers in the world and a lot of them get money because a lot of them get these jobs because they're pissant kids who are too stupid to go make a business themselves, so they'd just rather take a job writing Superman for somebody else. The world's not as complicated or interesting as a lot of guys want you to believe, and that's the tragedy of life. That's why so many people gravitate towards conspiracy theories, because it makes life more interesting when you think there's something actually going on behind the scenes. But at the end of the day, Kathleen Kennedy is just a dumb woman who hired a shitty writer to write a bad Star Wars movie. It's not because she's like a secret feminist Illuminati or something.
She's
just a dumb
hoe. Yeah, she is the dumb hoe.
Yeah, that's it. And honestly, that's like, just say that. Just say Kathleen Kennedy is dumb. It's when you say, well, the reason is because they're trying to subvert Star Wars and destroy men. No, she's just dumb. That's it. She hired bad people to make bad movies. It's not that fucking deep. And that's the bottom line. All right, I gotta go eat some food. Any quick questions?
Yeah, just a couple. Yeah, just a couple. Just one. Yeah, just a couple like tiny ones. Like,
Okay.
just a kind of a small one, but I was watching the biggest problem in the universe and shit. And one of the episodes, also it was fucking surreal just seeing this, but like, I saw you got Turkey Tom and Bo Blacks. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, we love
how the
Turkey
fuck
Tom and Bo Blacks.
yeah, like yeah, I'm assuming, and it was also surreal
Those guys,
seeing them. It was also surreal, like
yeah,
seeing them react to Eric July. Like it's like different worlds colliding. It's funny as fuck.
yeah, it's pretty good. I like it.
How did you get them?
I don't know. I just know them from Twitter, I guess.
Oh,
We've been on some streams before. They were in town for VidCon, so when people come in for VidCon, I go, "Hey, you want to come do the show?" And
yeah,
oftentimes people see us.
And just one more thing before you go. Yeah, I'm just
Okay.
gonna quit. And like, yeah, this is basically just me shamelessly promoting me and my people. So yeah, I'm just gonna send you this account. That's my pal. That's my pal. He's writing a book series. So it's like, I think you'll like it. If you're a fan of Game of Thrones, then give him a follow. I'm gonna send it to your DMs. Chat.
Sounds good.
Discord. Discord is such a piece of shit. And also, and yeah, follow me as well. And also, I'm checking notifications. And hey, you're posting about bot super killer sucks. I'm giving you certain fucking and
It's not
look,
gonna suck. I'll tell you that. The only thing that's gonna suck about it is it's gonna come out later than I wanted it to come out, but it's still gonna come out. It's still gonna be good.
but yeah, you know my warning
that's what
now.
matters, baby.
But yeah, now you know my
if it
warning
sucks,
is I'm giving you a stern talking.
You can light me up. You can light me up. I get it.
Oh shit, Young Clipper. What the fuck? He likes my post too? No, I didn't expect him to witness
Well,
me
now you're part
spreading.
of the family.
Hey,
Now you're gonna be indoctrinated into the fun.
the
All right, man.
fun
I'll
kind
check
of.
out the DMs. I'm
All
excited,
right.
and I wish you good luck, man. I hope your book works out. It's a
Uh,
hard thing to write a book.
no,
People
yeah,
don't respect it as much as they should. But
yeah,
I deeply
yeah.
respect putting yourself out there trying to make it happen.
Yeah, I actually did already, but my first book, I'll be real, is fucking shit. So I'm trying to redeem myself right now. I'm going on a redemption
Everybody's
arc.
first book is shit. Don't feel bad about it. Just whatever you do, go read the Critical Drinker's book and then do the exact opposite of what he would do
Yeah,
because he's a bad writer.
if I read the Drinker's book and I get terminal
Pick up
cancer,
his Will. Yeah, he has
I
like
get
his own like Jason Bourne type thing.
yeah, it's
And
like first person. If I read his first book and I get terminal
and
cancer, then
I heard in the book, the character has butt sex in like every fucking chapter.
that's fucking gay.
Yeah, man. Like you just open the page and it's like Critical Drinker's just like, and then his cock was in my butt, and that's when I knew I had to act. And then I put his cock in my mouth, and it's like every page is like that. So I don't
Oh,
know.
what
I don't know if that's
happened?
the kind of guy whose books you want to be reading. That sounds pretty
That's
woke to me.
not just woke, but it's gay.
That's some
It's
gay
gay.
ass shit.
Some gay.
We don't stand
some
for
gay.
that.
Some
That's
gay
some
ass shit.
gay N-word shit. I tell you what. All right, brother.
All
Good
right, take
luck.
care.
Take care of
All
yourself.
right, take care.